Hello, little Steamies. Welcome back to the workshop. I'm your host, Conductor Steamology, and we will continue our review of the Talking Thomas and James with our buddy, the Splendid Red Engine, James. Looking at the packaging here, we can see it's very similar to Mr. Thomas over there, but as you can see, we notice a couple differences. For example, the big red button is there again, and also there's a separate little container for his coal. I think that's pretty interesting. And also, instead of having an Eclairbow, he has a wagon full of pigs. Down here, we can take a look at our buddy James. Now, compared to Thomas, he looks much cleaner. As we can see here on the side, there is some workmen trying to keep him squeaky clean. There's one right there, right near the driver's seat, and then there's one here on his tender. Now, what was pretty interesting is the fact that the coal from his tender is actually separate compared to the rest of the body. So we can see here, it's actually made out of a very hard rubber, which I think is very interesting. As you can see, when we turn on James, we get a couple of cool lines of his. As you could hear from the background, that was Thomas talking to James. So let's move on to the little wagon. Now this wagon is actually pretty cool because on one side, it's a wagon full of pigs. But if you flip this little guy, it turns into a coach filled with important passengers. Now that is some very interesting potential. Now we can send off James on his merry way with his passengers.